everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. This week, we've got teams who went in opposite directions last week. With that, let's hand it over to Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 12 matchup.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Twin Cities and the expansive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now a Wildcat look. It's Bell. Here we go. The first carry for the former Viking Peterson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Steelers a first down. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On second down, Peterson. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
On third down, Roethlisberger flushed out right. Hits his target. It's Adrian Peterson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Marcus Wheaton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The starters now on offense, and Stephon Diggs, our first chance to see him today.
Brandon, remember we had this conversation about how highly recruited he was in high school. Didn't quite live up to it in college due to some injuries, but boy, has he hit the NFL like a bomb.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Daniel McCullers in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Third and long for Bridgewater. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they head back onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Roethlisberger. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it. Couldn't get it. And it's second down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number 1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Linval Joseph is in a hurry to get his name mentioned as one of the top defensive tackles in the game. I think he's accomplishing his goal.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Roethlisberger will throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Being chased out left. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And again here, we'll see the Wildcat.
Let's go.
There's a direct snap to Bell. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Fourth down. Here's Roethlisberger. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off. It's J.J. Wilcox. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And some room to maneuver. It's a foot race. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Jerick McKinnon, 95 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, from back where that one started, they were hoping probably for just a few yards on the ground there. Instead, they get 90-plus and into the end zone.
And as much credit as I have to give the guys on offense, I often think when I see a run of that magnitude that there has to have been a mistake made, maybe even multiple mistakes on defense, because you're expecting them to run the ball from that stage of the field. Instead, it turns into one of the longest runs that we're going to see in the NFL.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure.
Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball, but about them just taking it big-time jaunt. Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's McKinnon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Let's go. Play 90. Play 90.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and run with McKinnon. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. 5 wides in the game. 4 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And now it's 2nd down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. So the D-line's going to spread out. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Well, this defensive unit certainly picked a great time to make a stand. Back-to-back sacks, starting with 1st and goal.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Slot man moves right. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
They come out here in the eye. Here again is McKinnon. Stays on his feet. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Wonder what's in the offensive playbook on 3rd and 13. We're about to find out.
Let's go. 180.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. With it is Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They come up in an offset eye. They go play action here on 1st down. And caught right side, Green. It goes as a pickup of 23. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Green with a catch left side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Tough starting field position here. They'll come out in the pistol. Bridgewater. And Rudolph has it left side. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
2nd down and 4. Brief break in the action here. More from Minneapolis after this.
Let's go.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. The guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A gain of 6 there on 1st. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Let's go.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6".
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Second down now after the incompletion.
Hey. 4 down. Let's go. Blue 58. Blue 58. Mike's 50.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Dagger. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Two jet. Check.
And he motions the wide receiver. A second down throw for Bridgewater. He's going to go up top again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Mitchell. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the...
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The offense staring at a 3rd and 12 here. They go play action, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And another timeout called by the Vikings now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Viking football here as they take possession. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's going to air one out. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive. Go out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. That is caught inside the 5. And they do stop him, but he takes it all the way to the 2. Field goal unit not out there. They want 6 before halftime.
Let's go.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Bridgewater throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now McKinnon, only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The slot man in motion right. They run once more with McKinnon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
To throw, Bridgewater. Caught left side, Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down.
And it's a fumble. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And Big Ben intercepted a third time. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Right. He's tied right here. He's tied on the right. Let's go.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And Rudolph has it left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So second down, 3 yards to go now. Second down, Bridgewater. Man open left side, it's Williams. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Now Bridgewater. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Give him 16 on the pickup, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 25. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's Williams on the catch. That catch good for 5. It's third down, so they're operating in the red zone. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jerick McKinnon, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, Peterson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
They come up in an offset eye. And now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And Green with a catch left side. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll try and run with their fullback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. On third down, Roethlisberger goes underneath for Bell. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one.
And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. And out now come the Vikings. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
guy, what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
Now McKinnon to start the drive. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the fourth quarter. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They run it with McKinnon. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Bridgewater now on second down. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
McKinnon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. To throw, Bridgewater. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Terrence Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. Forbath to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, for the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we can put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Bryant has it. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. Got a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. Bridgewater now from the 50. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off. William Gay. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Slot man moves right. And now here's a carry heading left. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Mike Mitchell coming up from the secondary to make the stop. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now third down, less than a yard.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Four down. Set. Blue 58.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action.
That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ladarius Green with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Second down following the run. Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I know anytime you watch a team run the ball really well, there's some pinball effect, people bouncing off of each other. There's also some things of beauty in there. You see these nice, explosive, strong runs. And this guy, he knows how to carry the football really well and continually wants the football. Why? He knows the offensive line's going to give him great effort, and he gives great effort himself to finish off runs.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. Face mask penalty, and Charles, you were a defender. You know sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep your hand. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And the defense will accept this penalty and force the offense back. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another... And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. One last shot for Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Vikings, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. EA Sports. As we say so long from Minneapolis.